GDP software, how to actually complete your homework and your lessons. Okay, so you went to your GDP site. If you don't remember the link, it's in the Blackboard Classroom. It's very easy. There's a big button that says link to this site. And you entered your username and your password. And you're going to come in and it's going to look like this. It's going to be on Unit 1. And here's Lesson 1, right? So what we're going to do is we're just literally going to do this. Click on Lesson 1. And you need to read, okay? So first of all, you read this and it tells you what you're going to do. Okay? Read all of it, and when you finish reading it, you hit next. Now it tells you to place your hands, okay? And it tells you which letters to rest your fingers on. This is really important. That's called your home row. Okay, it's how we start typing. You have to know your home row. And it's going to talk to you about those little raised markers under your F and your J key. So when you wiggle your index fingers, you'll be able to tell that you're on the home row. So make sure you read all of this and then hit your next button. Okay, now here's an explanation about the space bar, okay, and the enter key. Okay, make sure you read it all, and when you finish reading it, you hit next. And now it says type each line one time. Press the space bar where you see a space, and press the enter key at the end of each line. Enter is indicated by that little kind of left pointing arrow. Okay, this means to tap enter 2 times if you see 2 of them, to insert a blank line between each set of drill lines. Okay, so make sure you read it all, and then you hit next. And now put your hands on the home row, and you're literally going to just type what you see on the screen. If you make a mistake, see how it like yelled at me? Okay, and as soon as you correct it, you're fine. And so you just sit here and take all the time you need right now to really learn each key, and then there's that stroke of the enter key, and then you type the next line. Okay? All right, when you have it all typed, it says you've completed this exercise. Click next to continue. So you come down here and you hit next.
Use the first fingers on the F and J keys.
Okay, so it gives you a little demonstration of what you're supposed to do. Go ahead and hit next. And now the same thing, you need to type all of this in. Okay, and again, when you get it all typed, it says you've completed this exercise. You click next.
Use the second fingers on the D and K keys.
Okay, you're going to keep right on going and keep doing your lesson and doing what it tells you to do through each one. Okay, up through Lesson 1H, everything was up on the screen for you. You didn't have to use your textbook. Starting with Lesson 1I, for I and J, you're actually going to have to use your textbook. So you need to turn in your textbook, Unit 1, Lesson 1, page 5, okay? And look in on the page where it says Skill Building, I, Word Building. And then you need to type all of that in. It's lines 14, 15, 16, and 17. So go ahead and do that. Once you have it all typed in, you go ahead and hit done. And you hit next. And the next thing you're going to do is your first timed writing. So again, we're right back on that same page, Unit 1, Lesson 1, page 5. We are on 1J, a 1-minute timed writing. And it says take 2 1-minute timed writings. Try to complete the passage each time. If you finish, press enter 2 times and start over again. Please make sure it said 2 times, right? So make sure you do that. The number scale below line 18 shows the number of words credited for typing a partial line. The software will automatically score your timed writings for speed and accuracy. Okay, so what we're going to do now is your first timed writing. Please don't worry if your time is terrible. You're brand new, and it's okay not to have a good time. We're going to work on your time and building it up as the semester goes on. Okay, so once you have it all typed in, you can scroll through and look at it. You can see I made a mistake right here. Okay, it's going to show you everything you did. And then we're going to do 2, right? So you did 1. Now you're going to hit next attempt, and you're going to do your next 1-minute time writing. The exact same thing. So it's kind of like a chance to try again in case you made any mistakes. Maybe it took you a little bit of time the first time to figure it out. Just remember that if you get to the end of a line, press enter 2 times and type this. Just keep typing the same thing, okay? So after you've typed it the second time, you want to do the same thing and scroll down, see what errors you had, okay? And then you hit next. And you're ready to keep on. Read all of this. When you've read it, you hit next. And now, lesson 1A, enrichment, a new reinforcement. So, you need to keep going, and that's going to be on the next page, on page 6 in your textbook. Enrichment lesson 1A, a new key reinforcement. Do you see it right there in your textbook? Okay, go type that. Okay, so I want to show you what happens if you don't finish the exercise. Okay, it says in your textbook under enrichment lesson 1A, new key reinforcement on page 6. You notice to the left of it, it says type each line 2 times. So let's pretend like I'm finished. I don't want to do this anymore. And you hit done. It's going to warn you. Look, you can't do that because the computer keeps track of everything you've done and your homework is to complete this. So if you only do a portion of it and you hit proceed to the next exercise, you're not going to get your points for completing your work. So please know that the computer is recording everything you do and I see it. That's how I grade you. So you need to hit continue this exercise and not skip forward. Okay, when you've finished enrichment lesson 1A, you need to move on to enrichment lesson 1B, which is short phrases. Type each phrase on a separate line. That is, press enter 1 time at the end of each line. Type each line 2 times. Then press enter 2 times to insert a blank line between each line. Do not space after a semicolon if it is the last character on the line. Instead, immediately after typing the semicolon, press enter. Okay, let's look at this again. So we're going to type each line 2 times, okay? So you type a line, press your enter key, type the same line again, then press enter 2 times. And remember, if there's a semicolon, don't space after it, okay? So again, on page 6 in your textbook, do enrichment lesson 1B, short phrases. Okay, so when you finish enrichment lesson 1B and you have it all typed in, you're ready, and it tells you that you did it and you're finished, right? It says you have completed this exercise. Remember, it has to say you've completed this exercise or you're not going to get credit for it, okay? Then you're going to hit next. And now we're on enrichment lesson 1, step C, page 6, paragraph typing. First, type the following paragraph 1 time. Do not press enter at the end of each line. Instead, let word wrap end your lines for you. After you type after you type the 3 lines 1 time, press enter 2 times, and then type the 3-line paragraph again. Okay, so what are we doing? We're going to type this paragraph 1 time, but we're not pressing our enter key. So look at line 22. Fall salad, add a jack ad, alfalfa salad, ask A. So after ask A, the A, you don't press your enter key. You just immediately drop to line 23 with your eyes and type sad, lad, a lad asked dad, okay? So don't press your enter key until at the end of line 24, right? At the end of line 24, when you get to fall semicolon, you press your enter key 2 times, and then you start back up on line 22 and you type the whole thing a second time. So do that. Okay, so you type the whole paragraph through without pressing your enter key, then you pressed your enter key twice, and then you typed it again and you hit done. And it says you've completed this exercise. If it doesn't say you've completed this exercise, go back and finish it, okay? But when you have it done, you hit next. And that's the end of lesson 1. And now you're moving on to lesson 2. So do you kind of have the hang of it now? All right, now you're ready to go on and do lesson 2.